Go ahead, one at a time so we can address you.
Okay, let me talk.
Okay.
Okay, now concerning Major Hassan. Okay. The United States of America has undertaken to go to war in a war that it itself and its government has found out to be unjustified and unwarranted. There were no weapons of mass destruction found in Iraq. No connection between Saddam Hussein and Al-Qaeda, but yet the United States is still at war, and over 3.5 million Muslims, which they won't tell you, have been killed since Papa Bush to now Barack Obama. That is called the genocide. Okay. Now, no reason for war has been given, and we are now at war in Iraq and now attaining or trying to go to war, set the pavement or set the path to go to war in Iran to again further war against Islam.
Okay, how about
in
Afghanistan,
Islam,
Lorenzo? Just tell us, too. You mentioned Iraq, mention Afghanistan. Go ahead.
Okay, so therefore, the United States is in a war that's unjustified in seeking to expand its war even into Iran to continue this war. Now, in Islam, the Muslim, when the war is justified in Islam, physical war is when conditions are met that destroy or have an effect upon the state of Islam, which goes back to what happened with those verses that you talk about in the Quran, in Surah 9, verse 29, which have to deal with the story of Hunayn and what happened around to the Muslim, where the Muslim state had to take action in order to protect itself from threats around it, much like the United States did when the United States signed the Espionage Act in 1917, when it allowed vigilante groups to stop the freedoms that the United States stood for. When these things were done, it was considered to be something great and something essential for the maintenance of the security of the United States of America, so the United States stomped on the rights of its own people in order to keep its security. The very same thing was done in 1939 to the Japanese, where the Japanese were put into concentration camps while their sons and daughters were fighting their own people in the Pacific.
Okay, Lorenzo, bring your point, please.
Yes,
bring your point.
Hang on. Just to clarify, Sadiq, we don't want to cut you off. Sadiq, we don't want to cut you off, so just pause for a second. I just want to clarify. What is your position? Are you saying that since the United States is in an unjust war fighting against Muslims in Muslim lands, therefore an attack on military targets is justified, and therefore what Major Hassan did was justified according to Islam?
Okay. If you can't attack a combatant soldier, then who the hell...
No.
Answer the question,
Sadiq. I'm not disagreeing with you. I believe that according to Islam, you can attack military targets, and I believe that according to Islam, Major Hassan was doing exactly what he's supposed to do. What I'm saying is, do you agree that military targets like Fort Hood are justified to attack in Islam if there is some sort of war going on? Do you agree?
Well, you know, that makes every kind of logical sense to the world. Don't you agree?
Okay, so you do agree with that.
When the United States of America found that it was threatened in Vietnam, when the United States found that it was threatened in Vietnam, it attacked Laos and expanded the war into Laos and Cambodia because it felt that its soldiers were being threatened in Vietnam by stuff coming in from Cambodia and Laos. So of course, who else can if I can't shoot a soldier, a combatant that's killing me and getting ready to send soldiers to kill my people, then who the hell can I kill?
No, Sadiq, let me go ahead and ask you this. Do you believe that other Muslims living in the United States, especially those who are in the military, and the military will not let them out, the military refuses to let them out, do you believe that one viable option for them is to attack military bases?
To attack what they should do.
Military targets. We're only referring to military targets.
Okay, what they should do is exhaust every possible option they can to get out of the military. If that means going to jail, go to jail. They shouldn't get in the military in the first place, but if they do, they should exhaust every action that they possibly can to get themselves, if it means going to jail, if it means going to Leavenworth, do your time and get out. But
Sadiq, because I was agreeing with you at first, and now I have a little bit of a disagreement. If a Muslim simply goes to Leavenworth then all those soldiers that he could have taken out will then go on to a place like Afghanistan or Iraq, which, according to you, is an unjust war that the United States is going to continue to propagate. Would a more reasonable option, or at least a possible option for the Muslim, be to decide not to go to jail, but to attack the military target like Fort Hood? I'm just asking, would this be allowed in Islam for future soldiers to attack military targets here in the United States? If
okay, will it be allowed in Islam?
Yes.
It would be allowed by any person who has any love or any union with whatever he came from, and who is left with it would be incumbent upon anyone whose country is being attacked, whose people are being killed, whose way of life is being threatened. It would be incumbent on an American. It would be incumbent upon a Muslim, because it's about oppression.
Okay, Lorenzo Sadiq.
So it would be incumbent upon any person facing that type of oppression, whether he's an American soldier, whether he's an Indian.
Okay, Lorenzo, you made your point. You made your point. Let me ask you a quick question. Yeah. You say that we're attacking your people, or the United States is attacking your people. Let me ask you, Lorenzo Sadiq,
yes,
or Sadiq Lorenzo, are you from Iraq, or are you from Afghanistan?
No, he's from.
You know what I am?
What are you?
I am a Muslim.
Oh, okay. So you're not from Iraq, you're not from Afghanistan, and you're saying that we're attacking your people. Sir, do you live in the United States? Are you an American citizen?
Okay, can I answer the question,
yes,
please, Pastor Joe?
Please answer the question.
Okay, let me answer the question. As a Muslim, I become a citizen of all of Islam. When any brother, anywhere in the world, the Prophet ﷺ said, when a Muslim is sick somewhere else, all the Muslims should feel the disease. This is the brotherhood of Islam, which goes beyond race, color, creed, flag, and nation, but which seeks to unite a people on the banner of the love of God and the worship of God. So yes,
thank you.
I am a citizen. I am a citizen of the nation of Islam, of the brotherhood of Islam, of the knowledge of Islam, and that which God has ordained. I am part and parcel of a Muslim in Afghanistan. I am part and parcel of a Muslim in Iraq. I am part and parcel of any person who is oppressed and exploited, because in Islam, the war is not like Western society, where Western society, for instance, like World War I.
Okay, wait a minute, Sadiq. You've made your point. Just hold on 1 second. So what you're saying then is a good Muslim, though he be an American citizen, though he be born in Puerto Rico or wherever else, Africa or whatever, though he has no birth or blood relations to Muslims in countries where America is fighting, you're saying then that a Muslim in America, his first and foremost loyalty, which supersedes all other loyalties, is to Islam and to the Ummah, to the point that you would be willing to be traitorous and seditious against the United States government of which you are a citizen. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying that I will be treacherous and seditious against exploitation.
Against the United States of America, which you said is exploiting. So here you have it. Here you have it.
You won't let me answer the question.
You just did. Thank you for your answer. Sam wants to talk with you now.